let's use Daytona with the CLI. So back in November, we released the CLI. There's a blog post all about it. If you are a Mac or a Linux user, including WSL users on Windows, and you have brew installed, it's pretty easy. Just go ahead and brew install here, and you'll be up and running. Otherwise, you can run to the download page, link in the description, go find the CLI, grab the latest. Darwin's for Mac, Linux for AMD or ARM, and Windows for x86 or ARM. So AMD x86, same difference. And so if you are on a Apple Silicon, just go use Brew. If you really don't want to install Brew, then for Apple Silicon, make sure to get the ARM install. Once you have that, and I already do, you can head over to the command line and you'll have it up installed. Now, the way that you'll need to get started is that you'll need to add a profile. I already have a profile. So let's go ahead and show how to delete a profile and then how to re-add it. So I did profile delete for devinv. Now I'm going to add a new profile. And we are going to use dev inv, and that's the name of it. Give it the URL that you use to log into, and leave the SSH port the default. And then you're up and running. The next thing you'll need to do is to log in. I'm going to go ahead and log in. That's done. And now we have everything we need to start using the CLI. So you can list the workspaces you already have running. You can get more info about those workspaces. So here's a simple Flask. I can understand more about what's happening, including what its Git status is. Does it have patches that I haven't committed yet? Also, I can SSH to an instance. So in this case, I'm going to SSH to the simple Flask, and I'm inside. If I want, I can use code just by itself, and I'm going to open a web browser for this instance. And we're going to log in, and we are inside of the web browser IDE. If you would rather use a local browser, we can do code and do IDE VS Code, and we will open it locally. And this one will take a moment, and it will also give us about 1 billion different pop-ups the first time around. But once that's up and running, we'll be able to use it as if it was just any other bit of code. So we've got our local VS Code attached to the remote environment, and it's attached via SSH. So that's everything that you need to know to use the CLI. So there's lots of cool functions for the CLI. Start, stop, unpin. If you want to share or unshare something, you can do more or less anything you want. You can also do environment variables, the whole works. So I encourage you to try it out, and that is the way that you get started with Daytona on the CLI.